And you know yourself much, much better than I do. So if anything doesn't feel quite right to you, then it's just fine to skip it. It's also just fine to listen. So you're welcome to participate. You're welcome to just listen, really, whatever is a better fit for you today. And let's see, are there any other things that I'd like to tell you before we get going? I don't think so. Oh, one other thing, which is that if you find that any of these techniques are particularly soothing or calming, those might not be techniques to do while you are driving your car or doing anything else that requires you to be very focused. Otherwise, you're just free to use them at any time. So again, if you're just hopping on, my name's Helena. We're going to be doing about 10 minutes of breathing practice, and then I will be on the line with you for a few minutes for questions if you have a little extra time. So, nothing with your lungs. You can think about your lungs as a 360 situation. It's not just the front of your body that involves your lungs, it's also the sides and the back. So, what you might want to do as you're settling in is make some space for your lungs on all sides of you. So making sure that you're lengthening the front of your body. I have a back on my chair. Maybe if you do too, you might want to scoot a little bit forward from the back of your chair. See if you are comfortable that way, so that the back of your body also has some space. And then maybe also thinking about lengthening through the sides of your body, letting your shoulders drop, letting your collarbones open. And then if you can, at the same time, maybe think about opening your shoulder blades. So you're opening the front and the back of your body, making lots of space for your lungs. So, another thing that I found that is so interesting to me is that some of the techniques that we use in yoga for breathing, we also might see in sometimes even in pulmonary therapy. So it's really thinking about just the health and the capacity of your lungs, and also the capacity of your breathing to change your mental state. So if your breathing quickens or slows or becomes fuller, that also might change how you feel emotionally. So we're just going to start by trying to increase the amount of air that we're taking in and then really releasing that air out. So feel free to close your eyes if you'd like to, or you might just find a soft focus point for your eyes. And then as you inhale, thinking about filling up the bottom of your lungs, so those lobes of your lungs that are way down toward the bottom of your ribs, middle of your lungs, and then even the upper lobes up by the collarbones. Fronts, backs, sides of your lungs, maybe inhaling a little bit more, and then exhaling slowly if you can. Now, we'll never get all of the breath out of our lungs because they kind of stick together, but maybe getting more breath out than you normally would. So maybe even squeezing your stomach muscles back just a little bit. And then as you're ready, this is really at your time, inhaling more, inhaling again, thinking about filling up the bottom of your lungs, middle kind of third of your lungs, and then all the way up to the top, up by your collarbone, shoulders, front, back, sides, filling up more, inhaling more. And then just in your time, doesn't have to be when I say, you can exhale, exhaling, exhaling as fully as you can, maybe even squeezing your stomach muscles back a little bit at the bottom of the exhale. And let's do just another breath like that, if you like. Inhaling, thinking about starting to fill the bottom of your lungs, then the middle, and then inhaling more all the way up to the very top of your lungs, the front, the back, the sides, inhaling the most that you can, and then exhaling. You can even think about the top of your lungs releasing, the middle of your lungs all the way down to the bottom, maybe squeezing your abdominal muscles back, 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 and then continuing. So you can continue that breath pattern if you like. I'm going to offer something that in yoga practice we use to increase energy. And really feel free only to do this breathing technique if it feels right to you. We're going to do a little hold at the top of the breath. So we'll inhale, hold for just about 5 seconds, and then exhale. So just as you're ready, taking a nice deep breath in, and inhaling more, and inhaling maybe even more all the way up, front, back, sides, and then holding just to your mental count of a slow 5, 3, two, one, and then exhaling, thinking about releasing the top of your lungs, middle of your lungs, the bottom of your lungs, squeezing all that air out. And then if you like, we'll do that again. Inhaling as deeply as you can, filling up from the very bottom of your lungs like balloons, front, back, and sides, the middle, all the way to your top, up to your collarbones, all the way even more front, back, and sides, and then holding for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. And then exhaling, releasing from the top, middle, and bottom of your lungs, and then squeezing back at the bottom, squeezing your abdominal muscles. And then we'll do that a couple more times. And you can be at a different pace than I am. That's more than fine. So inhaling, filling the bottom of your lungs, really inflate them. The middle of your lungs, maybe feeling your ribs stretch apart a little bit, all the way up to the top. Feeling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhaling the top, middle, bottom, and then squeezing out at the bottom. And then if you like, just maybe take a couple of what feel like normal breaths, but kind of normal plus. So like a little bit deeper, a little bit fuller, but your basic normal breathing. And if you really loved that breath hold, you can keep going with that. Keep doing that for a few more breaths. You might think about maybe just a little bit bringing your body forward. So keeping your torso nice and long, but bringing your torso slightly forward to make even a little bit more room for the part of your lungs that are affected by the back of your body. And it can be a sensation of a desire to cough after that breathing technique. So if you feel that, that's just fine. Cough away. If you're with other people, cough into your elbow. But just know that if you're experiencing that sensation of wanting to cough, that's just fine. So what we'll try now, I'm just checking my time here. Okay, so we're going to try, you probably already saw this one coming, a hold at the bottom of the breath. So instead of holding the breath in, we're going to hold the breath out for just a few seconds. And this is a technique that we use in yoga to help us get a little bit of perspective on our fear. And having a little fear at times like this is so normal. And you're not alone if you're feeling a little bit fearful from time to time. So a nice idea or concept is to use the rhythm of your breathing to help manage that fear. So perhaps it might not be as overwhelming. Let's also just think about it as kind of like a tonic for your lungs, helping your lungs get a little stronger. So if you're ready, nice big breath in as you're ready to inhale. Know how we're going all the way with the breath all the way in. And then as you're ready, slowly squeezing the breath out. And really challenge yourself to get as much breath out as you can, as much as you can. And then holding at the bottom, let's just start for a count of 3, 2, and then as you're ready, inhaling, 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 inhaling a little bit more, maybe even more, and then exhaling, 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 getting all of the breath out that you comfortably can. So this is your body, these are your lungs. Don't have to go at my pace. And then holding out for 3, 2, 1. And as you're ready, we'll do this one more time. Great big inhale, slow, steady, strong. Use your spine to make lots of space for your lungs. Use the position of your shoulders open front and back to make lots of space. Inhale to your maximum and then exhale, releasing all of the breath out that you can. Maybe using your abdominal muscles to squeeze back a little bit. Sometimes you can even feel your intercostal muscles between your ribs squeezing together a little bit. And then holding that breath out for 3, 2, and then just releasing, going back to whatever feels like your regular breath, but again, like a regular breath plus. So a little bit deeper and fuller on the inhale and the exhale. Now, I've been doing just a little bit of this breathing with you, and I'm a little bit lightheaded, so that's just fine. One of my favorite yoga teachers who teaches with children just says, well, that's your energy. Your body's producing the energy, so it's yours to enjoy or at least experience. But of course, always if a breath technique doesn't feel right for you, just go back to your regular breathing. And I'm checking my time one more time. We are right at 10:10. So let's just take one more deep breath together. Just if you're interested, maybe stretching your arms, you can stretch them forward or up. Great big inhale. And then exhale, maybe shaking it out a little bit. And thank you all so very much for being here and taking a little bit of time to breathe together. And I would be happy to answer any questions, or if there are any other techniques you'd like to try, I'll be on the line with you for a few more minutes. If you need to sign off, I hope you have a good rest of the day. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Helena. I just invited everybody to add any questions via chat, and you'll hang out for a few minutes if anybody wants to engage that way. Otherwise, I thank you. I thoroughly enjoyed breathing along with you, and I thank you for your time and being with us today. And we look forward to having you back in a couple of weeks. We're going to have you back for mindful movement. So that'll be something else to look forward to.
That'll be fun, and don't be scared. It's going to be so simple. So yeah. I know sometimes yoga can sound a little scary. This really, it's not even going to be yoga. You can just stay right here in your chair. Won't be anything that's a big deal. It'll just help you get more sensation from your body, which can really help reduce stress. So yeah, nothing scary, just fun.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to go monitor the chat feature. And thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks, Jody. So yeah, any questions, feel free. And there don't have to be. Sometimes we can just enjoy a practice together and then go hopefully enjoy the rest of our days. But if there are questions, feel free to type them into the chat.
It sounds like I don't see any questions, just a lot of thank yous, and that was wonderful. And people really appreciated this time together. So I would think it's safe to say that there's no questions, just a lot of gratitude and appreciation for your time today, Helena.
And likewise, thank you all for all that you do. And I hope it's a great rest of the day. So we'll sign off until next time.
Sounds great. Have a great rest of your day, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Take care.